This is me, Laura Jewell-Fear, helping people let you know. I call myself Safe with Jewel. Obviously, I work with UW, but I think it's important that people feel me rather than UW. So I'm just going to give you a quick overview. I know lots of you know me and know lots about the business, but what I thought I'd do is just go back to basics and give you a few key reminders about what we do. So here they are. This is my gang. This is why I work with. In fact, you met one of them earlier, some of you guys. But yeah, this is why I do UW, so I can work around the children, have the time to be there for them after school, before school, in the holidays. So I only work Thursdays and holidays, and yeah, it has transformed our lives, not just mine. As you can see in the beginning, we did a lot of personal development. We still do personal development now, but this is on the right hand side, my oldest, who is now 12, and that's we used to do this every morning when she could start to write about how she was going to plan out her day. So she's strong, clever, and she's going to have a fantastic day. Hooray! So yes, there we are. So this is why I do my business, just really to work around them and give myself a bit of freedom around them. So my goal originally was to become a yes mum, and I completed that, and I've sort of moved on now to helping my husband enjoy my life, enjoy his life like I enjoy mine. And also, my parents have worked very hard. I'm an only child. They've moved up here to be with me now. They've moved sort of 50 minutes away from where I grew up. And I want to help them enjoy their retirement as well. So that's kind of now where I'm going and what I'm doing. And little Christmas faces there always make everyone happy. So if you don't know about UW, this is what we do. All the boring stuff everyone has to have. We just like to make it nice and simple and easy. We do the UK's cheapest energy, broadband, super fast with some extra whizzy technology. There's the word I was looking for. UK's best unlimited SIM deal and insurance, boiler, home insurance, bill protector, income protector. And our mission is to be the UK's most trusted utility provider. So that's all the boring stuff out of the way. What can I tell you next? Well, although lots of people haven't heard of us, we have been going a long time, 25 years, really well thought of in the industry. So Uswitch Energy Awards, De facto, Money Facts, which Best Buy, you'll have heard of which, I imagine. So that just gives you an overview of the sort of company we're working with. And we also care about the environment. We've planted over 170,000 trees in the Brecon Beacons, and we've almost filled up our little plot there, so we're looking for another one. And we do that, we plant a tree for every new customer. So why me? Because you probably know lots of utility people. Here's just a few things that people have said. 5-star experience with Laura, helped sort out electricity issues after being bumped onto a new supplier, because we know that happened a while ago, didn't it? Everyone went bust and people got just shoved into whoever would pay the most money for them. So this is a nice one. Some of you all know Tony. Laura not only saves people hundreds of pounds each year, but she does it with the biggest smile I've ever seen. No hard sell, certainly no pressure. She said that because I think I spoke to her about it about 3 times before the timing was right for her to join as a customer. Honesty and integrity. And yeah, this is what I bring to people's homes or to their Zoom, dependent on what they want. So it's just about letting people feel comfortable with me. And UW, facilitates that for me. So the other thing we do is we pay customers £50 off their bill for sharing the love. And I've got a nice story about this smiley customer at the bottom here. I've probably told some of you this story before, but he was having a real trouble when he moved into a new home. He couldn't get his utility provider to send him a bill. And after 3 months of ringing them and saying, I'm still not paying you, you're freaking me out, I turned up at his door and switched him to us so that he could finally pay a bill. And then the irony of it was, just as I was leaving, the postman came and it was a bill from his current supplier. But we'd switched him, so there we are. That just makes me giggle when I see his little happy face with his bill that he'd finally got, and the irony that I was there. So, um, yeah, this is just to reiterate that I like to look after people really, and quite often customers become friends. So this is on the left-hand side here. These are some customers that joined me in November. And I've since visited them with the kids because obviously I talk about me and the kids when I'm out. And he said, you should bring them round and see the trains. I did get his permission to share these photos, by the way. So one time before Christmas, we saw his trains, and Kira was delighted because he didn't let Emmy do it, but the big one, she was allowed to like push his trains around with his remote thing. And then bless him, he's 83, 84. He's on the floor playing with him last time I went round. So I plugged in a router one time, and then I switched to SIM another time, and you know, they wanted to see the kids, so there he was on the floor playing with them. So I really do care about my customers, particularly the older ones. If they need help with routers or SIMs or things like that, I really will look after them. And here's another customer who appreciated my fun side, because as I mentioned earlier with my little poems, I I like to keep it interesting. So I'd put a grumpy squirrel on Facebook, and she'd shared me and said, if any of her friends need help, it's all served with a side of laughter. So yeah, I like to look after people. I try my very hardest, and I do like to think that people will come back to me if they've got a problem. So that's me really. The other side of things is that we help people earn. So quite often at the moment, people will say, yeah, I'll give you referrals. And then when I say that they can have £50 to refer me, or 250 to sort of sit with me and work together, quite often now they're picking the other side, because you know, things are getting more expensive. Maybe people need extra earnings. Maybe they want to choose their own hours like I did, or they just need something else. And there's plenty of people now doing this, and Tina will know in her industry too. You know, 1 in 3 people have got an extra income now. So that's a really big difference compared to the past. And what I wanted to do now is just share with you a bit about the team really, because this is what I enjoy the most about what I do. Although I obviously enjoy being out with customers and plugging in routers and all of that. And so my favourite thing to do is to see somebody have some goals and help them move towards them, because it's just really, you know, fun to see people. I'm invested in their goals. So yeah, so here's a few things I just wanted to show you with you, some happy faces really. Top left. So I also want to be mindful here that we're in a cost of living crisis, and you know, I want to reassure people that this energy company aren't just mugging people off and spending all their money on good stuff. So we only get paid and incentivized when we work. So because we're commission only. So these are the people that have worked really hard or have earned something. So top left, we've got a few minis in the team. I've earned a free mini, but I haven't claimed one because I'm a bit of a snob and I don't want an electric car. But yes, there's 3 minis in my team now, so that was a really key moment. Plenty of celebrations we do, lots of celebrating, and the one with me in the boots in the middle there, it was snowing, and I was actually going to my own celebration that day, and I was really determined that I wasn't going to miss out on, you know, celebrating, but it was also really snowy, as you can see in the back of the photo. With me in my boots, I will reassure you that when I finally got on stage, I did not have my boots on. But yeah, Ben Fogel, bottom left, he's our brand ambassador. Again, we had to earn visiting him for the night, but it was a really, really exciting evening hearing about his goals and how he's moved his success in his life. So yeah, that was fun. What else have we done? Lots of fun. We like to celebrate. So I'm sure there's some more celebration. Here it is. Hot air balloon, got to see my home from above. That was really cool. We went over Stratford and that sort of area. And this was an incentive for helping people get to a leader position in our role. So yeah, and we crash landed at the top left there. That was a bit of my fun. it was the first time I'd ever left Imi, that was. And so yeah, I was thinking, oh no, what's she going to do without my boobs? And but anyway, I didn't die, and it was great fun. But yes, so all sorts of things we're rewarded with for working hard and helping people. Um, and here's one of my favourite things, and Dill will like this because they're little favourites in the middle there. Tom Jones, so we and venture to Henley. Here's some smiley faces of people that achieved it with me. And I got to see Craig David and Tom Jones. And I'm just really proud of these people, really. You know, they've worked hard. Some of them have really changed their lives, and some of them are working to change their lives, and it's really, really exciting. So I just show you this really so that you know, can see that although it's the most boring thing in the world, gas and electric, you know, it's really fun helping people, whether it's earning or saving. So the little Tom Jones face in the middle there just make me giggle. He looks like he's in pain. I wanted to give him a little hug and get him off the stage and give him a blanket because he's getting on, bless him. Anyway, moving on. What else can I tell you? Oh, here's some more smiley faces. So we do like to enjoy ourselves. But yeah, we work hard and we play hard. So that's us. That's my little gang, or some of them. So how can you help the people, or help me help the people? Here's some of the things you might hear that you know, might hear people saying. So maybe they're really struggling with bills at the moment. Maybe they've got too much months left at the end of the money. Mortgages going up. That's quite a key reason at the moment why a lot of people are joining us and earning extra income. Is they don't want to lose their house. You know, they're getting to the end of their fixed rate and they've got to pay an extra 500,000, whatever it is. That's a lot of money to find. So another reason we're helping people right now. Car fixed, but I'll have to wait till the end of the month. We've had somebody walk into school for miles with their kids in the rain that we helped out. No holidays. So that's one of the things that go, isn't it? When people are spending more on stuff and the cost of living's going up. That's one of the fun things that people really don't want to lose. School uniforms. I kid you not, when Kira joined high school, it was nearly £500 on that I spent. Now that's not, you know, that's a lot of money. There's cheaper ways of doing it, don't get me wrong. She had the Clark shoes and all but even so, that's a lot of money to a lot of people. So again, might be something that you hear. And I need to do something, but I haven't got the time. So I spend a lot of time teaching people how to sort of find the time. There's little pockets you can find here and there that we can work with. So yeah, if you hear any of those, speak to me and you know, let them speak to me, see if I can help them. Again, you know, Tina does a similar thing with a different hat. So again, you know, there's lots of options. So I don't know if it's going to let me move screens now. There it is. So I've got to the end. I've no idea where I am on time, so I've left the space for questions. However, there might not be time. But thank you for being part of my journey. Thanks for supporting our family business. I really, really appreciate, you know, the time and effort you guys we put into each other. So, and there's my little cheesy line at the bottom. There you go. There's always going to be one. I'll be your jewel and help you sparkle. Ta-da! So I'm going to stop sharing. If there's any question time, you can chuck them at me.
We do have time for questions. We're fine for questions. So
fabulous.
I have one to start with. I'm just going to
Go
jump
on
in.
then, Tina. What's your question?
Do you find there is a difference now to when you first started in the sort of people that are coming to you and being a bit more open to taking a look at a different way of working or earning?
I think so. I think there's a lot more. Like, I think I used to attract mums just because I am a mum and it was doing it alongside having the kids. But I think now we've got a lot of people like the lady in the top left hand side who earned the mini. She's left policing, and we've got a lot of people like that are either wanting to leave the police or they don't want to put an extra 12 hours in to get the extra pay. NHS staff, we've got a lot of those that work as well. So it is all sorts of people now. I think perhaps my niche really used to be mums, but now it seems to. But again, I wonder if some of that is my my growth as well. You know, maybe I just used to speak to mums, and now maybe I speak to lots more people because I'm more confident, I guess. I don't know. But definitely the economy has changed a lot, hasn't it?
It makes people more open generally.
Yeah. So
it's interesting. Fantastic. Does anyone else have a question for the lovely Laura?
Oh, who's going first? Stella?
I was just going to say, sort of on the back of what Tina's just asked, are you finding now that whereas people were just focused on the energy side of things, are they branching out now and doing more maybe with the insurance? Because certainly from my mum's point of view, it's nice to have not only the insurance but the energy and everything all in the same place, and the broadband, and it just makes it much easier. And I just wondered whether people have gone away from other insurance companies and done UW instead.
They are, and I think they're noticing it more. I think head office do a lot more now in terms of marketing as well to the existing customers, because when people join, they might join because this was what they needed to do. You know, they wanted to do energy, they wanted to do broadband, but the timing wasn't right for the other things. And often people forget that we do the other stuff. But head office is quite good now. Every now and again, they'll just remind them, you know, we've got this home insurance thing, we've got the. So I think part of it is that, but also, yeah, I think some people with the boiler cover particularly, they sort of say, oh, that's like a really big thing, a really big cost to go. And if I look after that one thing, I don't necessarily. What actually people tend to do is they spend the same amount on gas and electric and broadband with another company as they do with gas, electric, broadband and boiler cover. So quite often, instead of having the savings, people have an extra service just because they're sort of seeing that value there. And that's definitely a change, I think. But yeah, so I think people are doing more with insurance for sure. Yeah.
Fabby, thank you.
Yeah. Martin?
I was just going to ask, how much like variance is there in the amount of time that people put into it when they're in your team? So do you have people that do like not many hours, and then people who do it full time?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's really varied and it's very tailored to what they want, the time they have, and the commitment. So for me, even myself, I put a lot less in the holidays than I do when the children aren't off, because I can. But there's people that are plodders and will put one customer in a month because they need that 200 quid or whatever it is, and that's what they've come for. So once they've done that, they stop, and that's okay. Sometimes, you know, like some of the other team are doing it instead of a proper job, and often that takes them building up time, dependent on their level of confidence and the sorts of skills they bring, and how much they want to put in. So really, really varied in terms of the team, and I always remind people in the team, and I think it's really important to focus on, because sometimes you see like people earning the minis and the people earning other things, and I did put smaller things in there that people have earned as well, because actually it's not about all the fluffy stuff that comes alongside as part of just doing it regularly. Doesn't matter, it's not what people join for. And just remind people to sort of focus on their own goals and swim in their own lane, because actually people can be really put off by seeing like the big guys doing, like, you know, there's somebody not in my team but someone else's team that got 1,000 customers and everyone was clapping and what have you, and I know they work full time in the business. That's like a really great for them, but not everyone's come for that. So yeah, very varied, very centered around what people want, what they want to do, what they want for themselves. And my things have changed. I was a total plodder in the beginning. So yeah, just works around people and what they want. Have we got time for Ben's question, Tina? Yeah, we'll do one more.
We're running ahead. I think we're running ahead of time. So let me just check. Yeah, we have. Martin's giving the thumbs up.
Just really quickly, you were mentioning about somebody coming in for, let's say, 500 quid one bill, and then they go and do whatever else. What if over 6 months to, let's say, go to 2 months back, they want to come back can they come back?
If they lose it, you can leave your position open, so you can just receive a bit of income
And that's what I mean, yeah.
and come back to it. So there was times where I didn't do something every month. That's okay. I just put things in when I wanted to.
'Cause
So yes,
people-
it's really flexible.
I feel like people are thinking, I need 500 quid now.
Yeah.
Like, I've got that, I'm done.
Yeah.
And like a few months, I'm like, oh god, I need it again.
Yeah, and that does happen. People are sometimes quite reactive to what's going on in their lives. You know, car's broken, need a new washing machine. Right, let's find some customers. And I had a customer that used to refer in that way. Actually, she didn't want to do the business. Every time she wanted her fancy makeup, she'd get me a few customers to pay for fancy makeup. It was ridiculously fun, but there we are. So yeah, just however people want to work it.